Hey, what's going on, shrimp keepers? It is Shrimp Saturday, and I got a pretty cool topic. It's pretty short because I got to get out of here. My wedding is tomorrow, so I got a lot to get done real quick and get on the road and get to Indianapolis and all that good stuff. But before I get into the video, huge shout out to my buddy Matthew and Laura. They're from Ireland. They came there. It's a long story, but Laura works here in the United States. Matthew's still in Ireland. He's moving over here. He says he's a huge fan of the channel, so that's always cool to meet not only other hobbyists, but people who watch my videos, and it's just so cool. It's so cool to meet you guys. And so Matthew, huge shout out to you and Laura. Thank you for the gift. They brought me some bee pollen, 100% natural bee pollen. So I'm gonna be trying that out in some of the tanks, so that's gonna be cool. But let me get back on topic. So wedding is tomorrow. I got to do a quick video. Can't let you guys be hanging on Shrimp Saturday. So heaters in a shrimp tank. Is it good? Is it bad? Why you should use them, why you shouldn't use them. I want to cover all these things today. So let's get into it. All right, so the first thing to notice is I do not have a heater in this tank. And the reason why, right now we're looking at the orange-eyed blue tiger tank, and then there's tons of yellow rabbit snails in here. The reason why I don't keep heaters in my tanks, I got air conditioner here, I got baseboard heating there, and so I don't need them. This room is temperature controlled. I never have to worry about huge fluctuations in the temperature. But if you ask me if heaters are necessary for shrimp tanks, my short answer is no, absolutely not. And the reason why is this. So first of all, what do heaters do? They increase the water temperature whenever it gets cold, and usually they are accurate to 1 to 2 degrees. And what that means is the little thermostat inside of them is going to be activated once the temperature starts dropping. So once it drops 1 degree or 2 degrees, it's going to kick on. It's going to spike it back up to whatever you have it set at. And so that's my first thing that I don't like about heaters. So unless you're buying an expensive heater, what you're going to run into is you're going to run into these quick, short, really big, not really big, I'm exaggerating, but you're going to run into these quick jumps in temperature. So let's say you keep your temperature at 72 degrees and it drops down to 71. Your heater's going to kick on. It's instantly going to put it back up to 72. So you're going to constantly be having these fluctuations in temperature all day, even though it's only a degree or maybe 2 degrees. For shrimp, that's a big deal. Shrimp don't mind temperature fluctuations as long as they're not rapid. And heaters in aquariums make those fluctuations rapidly. And again, you can get expensive heaters that you won't run into this problem for. But I would say your standard heater is going to have problems. And so the next thing is temperature. So most heaters, they're not accurate. So you might set them to 72, but the tank might actually be 68. Or you might set them to 72 and the tank might actually be 76. And so the only way to really get accurate readings is by keeping a thermostat in the tank. Maybe one of the glass ones, an electronic one, something like that. Something just to make sure you are keeping an accurate measurement of the temperature. And so another reason why heaters can be a bad thing. And so that's reason 2 why I do not use heaters. And the third reason is because they malfunction. And I've had this happen. So you actually get heaters, and what happens is the thermostat sticks. And so it will say, okay, it's 68 in here. And as it starts heating up, it won't ever tell you otherwise. It will just keep heating up, and you'll end up boiling your shrimp, which is not a good thing, at least with the type of shrimp that we keep. And so so you can run into those problems. I've had that happen. I've killed a whole tank of carbon relays before. I'm sure you could look through my past videos and find that. But so heaters just aren't necessary. And so we're going to move on to another tank, and I'll explain in more depth why heaters aren't necessary. All right, so currently you're looking at one of the blue dream tanks. I love this tank, so I figured it'd be a good one just to get on camera and let you guys look at for a little bit. So heaters are not necessary. I know I went through the first 3 points, but honestly, they're expensive. It's an added expense that you don't need. They consume a ton of electricity, and so why even have them? And so The fallback, what most people say is, well, if I don't have them, you're going to have fluctuations in temperature anyway. But here's the truth. So in a standard house, you know, it stays between 65 degrees and 80 degrees. Here's the thing. Shrimp can survive in those temperatures. I ship shrimp into 90-degree weather all the time. They sit in the mail for 3 or 4 days, and they're perfectly fine. Why? It's not because the water doesn't get really hot, because it does. Whenever you're transporting something through the mail, it's getting hot. But you use a lot of insulation, not to keep it cool, but to keep the temperature fluctuations not from being rapid. So with that being said, you know, shrimp survive in 80-degree water. They can live in there for extended periods of time. It's not a big deal. They can live in 60-degree temperatures for extended periods of time. The biggest thing is fluctuation. So if you have a 10-gallon tank sitting in a room that throughout the day it goes from 65 to 75 and then back down to 65 at night, you're having a 10-degree temperature swing. But the volume of water, as long as you have a tank above, say, a 5-gallon, your water is not going to fluctuate any more than 1 degree per hour. Because say your room's rising at 1 degree per every 2 hours or something like that. Your tank water is going to rise even slower because there's more volume there. And so you're not going to have these huge fluctuations. And so I don't think, heaters, sorry, I get a little sidetracked. Weddings got me off. But I never think heaters are necessary. Except if you have a shrimp that requires like 80-degree water, and that's only with like your Sulawesi shrimp that are really hard to keep. I wouldn't say they're really hard to keep, but they're expensive. Not many people keep them. Now those need higher temperatures, so you need a heater for those, just because your room's never going to be 80-some degrees. So you can always keep it consistent with those, and that's when I spend the money. I get a nice heater, and so that's the only exception. So shrimp tanks do not need heaters. Ever. I will stand by that. Now, if you have a 1-gallon tank, that puppy's going to fluctuate like crazy. So with that, you just got to get some hardy shrimp that can take the fluctuations. I would never put expensive shrimp in a tank that small. That's just me. And that's just for the basic hobbyist like myself. I never want to do anything that I think is too hard, because why risk it? You know, why risk the lives of shrimp, especially when they're 20-some bucks a piece? And so just keep a bigger tank. Keep, 5 to 20-gallon tank. You don't need a heater in there. It's never going to affect the shrimp. Again, let me just tell you a quick story, and then I'll wrap this video up. I shipped a huge order. A guy out of Canada always does these big orders with me. He's a real good guy. His name's Nick, and he does these huge orders. Anyway, I sent an order USPS to Canada, which was a bad idea. Won't do that again. But anyway, it got delayed in customs. They don't deliver mail on Saturdays. And so it got delayed in customs until the following Monday. It was in the dead heart of winter. It was like -Celsius over there, which is, I think it was below 15 degrees in U.S. standard. And it was like really cold over there. He was freaking out. He was emailing me. He was trying to get a hold of customs, trying to figure out what's going on. And nothing was working. And so here I'm thinking this huge order, it's probably, I'm guessing, probably a $700 order, something like that, with maybe 150 shrimp in it. And so he's panicking. I am panicking because, that sucks for him to lose that many shrimp. And I don't want that many shrimp to die. So anyway, long story short, he gets the package on Monday. And I think out of all 150 shrimp, he had like 3 deaths, which is phenomenal. And he said he has more deaths with overnight shipping from suppliers in Canada. And so it was really cool to see that shrimp are that hardy. That's when I learned, like, anything above 10 degrees I can ship into. Anything below 9 degrees I can ship into. And so again, shrimp are hardy. As long as there's not drastic fluctuations in temperature, which heaters cause, you're going to be okay. You're going to be fine. So I'm going to stand by this till the day that I die. And the day that I quit shrimping. You don't need heaters. Don't waste the money. Don't waste the electric. And just keep it simple. Keep it simple, people. What's that phrase? KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. You guys aren't stupid. I love you all. And so, so I'm going to go get married. You guys wish me luck. It's gonna go good. I'm gonna no, I can't say. Never mind. But I got something cool coming to you guys. It's gonna be fun. So thank you guys for watching. Sorry about the short video. I guess it's not short. It was me rambling. Sorry about that. But I'm getting married this weekend. Woo! It's gonna be fun. I can't wait. You guys make it a great week, and I'll send you an update soon. Later.